And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. So, for everybody that's in the Yang Gang, I guess it's a time of celebration for you all. Because a new Emerson poll has dropped, and Andrew Yang is at 8%. So, what does that mean? That means that not only has he passed Kamala Harris, which I reported on, but he's also now passed Pete Buttigieg. Okay? Now, if you remember, during the last debate, when Andrew Yang announced that he was going to be doing this freedom dividend contest, so to speak, they laughed. They snickered. Smugness emitted from them. And boy, oh boy, even in their interviews after, they were on their high horse. Well, Kamala, Yang has passed you out. And Yang has also passed out Mayor Pete. Listen, I was surprised Buttigieg was doing as well as he was. Like, people see an interest in him? I didn't get it. Listen, and I'm opposed to Kamala Harris 100%. But at least I understood at one point people were falling for her antics, her fake progressivism, right? And I understood why she was at where she was at when she dealt death blows to Joe Biden. It just made sense. I never understood why people were clinging on to Pete Buttigieg the way that they were. That's just odd to me. That's what you like? It's fucking weird. But regardless, Andrew Yang has passed out both of them. And listen, Yang is not my number one. Bernie Sanders is my number one. And for the most part, most Yang supporters are incredibly level-headed. But some of them come from my neck time to time and try to shit on Sanders. Look, even Andrew Yang was a Bernie Sanders supporter. So Bernie can't be that bad. Think about it. You like Andrew Yang, and you know Andrew Yang uses facts, logic, and common sense, and he supported Bernie Sanders. So Sanders can't be as bad as you guys are saying he is. But Yang was my number 3, and now he's moved up to my number 2. Tulsi has been fucking up as of lately, and I got a report on that probably this week. And Yang's quickly moved up to my number 2. And listen, if Bernie Sanders wasn't running, I would be part of the Yang gang. I'd be all on Yang's team. And again, I love the idea of UBI. And tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing an interview breakdown, just like I did with this last interview, just like I did with a David Pakman video that happened not that long ago. As a matter of fact, the Pakman video is above, and the Andrew Yang interview breakdown will be above as well in the cards. Check those out. But yeah, UBI is great. I actually prefer it more than Bernie's federal jobs guarantee. And I mean, look, it's just an overall checkmate. I am ecstatic that he passed those two out. Think about it. Those two have been knee-deep in politics, right? They are part of the system. And nobody knew who the fuck Andrew Yang was 7 minutes ago. And bam, he passed them both out. And I'm just happy about it. I'm ecstatic about it. And look, I'm going to be completely honest with you because I've always been honest with you guys, whether you agree with me or not. You know, I'd rather give you guys the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. And I don't think Yang is going to be POTUS. Not this time around. And not because he couldn't be POTUS, because I think he'd make an excellent president, but because of the fucking trenches he's in. Have you seen this Democratic smorgasbord of idiocracy we have going on? It's just nuts. This primary is nuts. And Yang didn't get a fair start. Nobody was taking him serious. The media coverage was abysmal. if there were any. Now he's actually getting some decent media coverage. They have to take him serious. How can you not take me serious? I shit on Beto O'Rourke, I shit on Kamala Harris, and I shit on Pete Buttigieg. You have to acknowledge me, right? Hello, your bias is showing. If you don't acknowledge me, people are going to start to wonder, like, why the fuck aren't you including Andrew Yang? Again, I think it was MSNBC where they had came out with their top 6, and they had Beto O'Rourke over Andrew Yang. At that point, he was at 3%, and Beto O'Rourke was at 1%, and they put Beto over Yang. And look, they do the same thing with Bernie. They put up a map, so to speak, of the people who were at the steak fry, and Bernie's, number 3, number 2, depending on what poll you look at, and they didn't have his face there. They didn't acknowledge he existed at the steak fry. So the media definitely has a bias, and Andrew Yang was getting shat on for the longest, but his appeal is undeniable. And like I said, I have an interview breakdown coming up, and that interview breakdown is pretty much people shitting on UBI. And really, I'm going to do the breakdown, and in it, I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of questions about UBI. And hopefully, you guys can cut a swath through some of the negativity that they're kind of throwing onto UBI, because a lot of people have questions, including myself. I understand, on the surface of how it works, and I understand that there's been other, places and people that have implemented UBI, but where the media is at right now is, it's a new and different idea. Congratulations, but this will never work. Congrats on having an idea, but it'll never work. So we're gonna speak on that next video, but this video is really to show that you should not sleep on Yang. And I love the fact that nobody knew who he was. He was an outsider, and he sort of blew past so many people. Again, if Andrew Yang were to drop out tomorrow, right, he's done what he needed to do, right? He's shit in the face of the establishment. And I love it. Again, he's not going to drop out tomorrow, but if he were to drop out tomorrow, Andrew Yang fucking won. You won, right? You won. Look what you've accomplished, and in such a short amount of time. And his following is immense. Look, I do videos. I do videos on my page quite often, every day, every 2 days, something along those lines. And the response I get from Andrew Yang supporters is incredible, right? Even more so than Bernie supporters. You guys really back Yang, and I have a lot of respect for Yang supporters. You really show him love. And look, just like they were Bernie or bust, which I completely was on board with, there's Yang or pass. So, salute to you guys. Salute to Andrew Yang, because you really have made a statement. And again, I think a Yang presidency would be great, but I think the trenches this time around they're deep. But I've been wrong before. And if you were to ask me a couple months ago, did I think Andrew Yang would be at 8%? Did I think Andrew Yang would pass out the people that he passed out? I would have said no. So listen, continue to prove me wrong. Shut me the fuck up and keep soaring high. Because look, Tulsi was my number 2, and she no longer is. And I'll speak on that this week as well. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. Congrats to Andrew Yang. He is passed out those corporate shells. And let me know in the comment section How far do you think Yang's going to take it? Do you think Yang is going to be POTUS? And did you see him eventually passing out Buttigieg and Kamala Harris and all the rest of the corporate shows? Let me know in the comment section. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If not, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.